Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Business Breakfast Club. Friday is to share our wins, and then we're going to continue some of our collaborative conversation on negotiations. So who would like to start first? Share a win from the week or a struggle experience from the week, and also maybe mention who you are, what you do. Who would like to start this morning? Jennifer? You're on mute. Oh, good.
Good morning. My name is Jennifer Lundquist. I'm a multi-passion entrepreneur, and one of my focuses is on healthy eating. I guess my win for this week is organization. Is I actually was able to do everything I set out to do this week. So that is a huge hurrah for me. Nothing was I didn't make too big of a bite, or create too big of a bite that I could not bite. So today
wow.
Yeah.
What do you think, just briefly, what do you think made a difference for you in that area?
They weren't too big. What I had to do, it was just it was not a to-do list. There was no to-do list. That's how I was able to do it.
Oh, we learned that from Lyne Marie, no to-do list. and so maybe you think that maybe planning more it was more like you chose things that were more
that were accomplishable.
Yes, accomplishable. Wow. So how does that probably makes you feel, like you said, hooray?
Yeah, and I know now in the future not to just to every day I just say you're really doing a great job. You're really doing a great job. And It's okay if something doesn't get done at that time, and it's progress, not perfection. That's what I live by now. Progress.
Awesome. Can we call you so you can repeat that to us when we need to hear that? That's one thing we've heard on the calls. It was we are enough. It's something we are enough. We know we did enough. So thank you very much, Jennifer. Yeah. Who would like to go next and share something from the week and who you are? So many hands raised. No, Rena?
I will go. Good morning, ladies. My name is Rina Honorio. I'm an event planner by trade, but since the pandemic, I was focused on cooking Filipino foods. My win this week is I am now cooking for Filipinos who are total stranger to me. Because I believe I mentioned that I'm part of the Kain Tayo. It's a Filipino group of 10,000 members. And it's the first time that I posted in there. But before I posted, somebody already ordered from me. So I thought I might as well post it. And so I got orders. And yesterday, that negotiation thing happened. Should I talk about that now too?
Well, in a couple of minutes, we could go around the shares and then we could go back to you. But if you don't forget your idea, we could come back to you and then we could start off the conversation with you on negotiation. That would be great. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Rina. Carla or Lyne Marie, who wants to go next?
Sure, I'll go next.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Carla. I'm a certified brain health coach. And I had a good win this week, actually a great win. I was connected by an individual from the States to be on her monthly podcast to be a speaker. And so this will happen the 26th to the 28th of October. And so I was really honored. That was really cool. That came from LinkedIn. So I had a friend of mine who I'm in a network group. We were meeting personally in person before COVID, and now everything's online. But she reached out to me because her business is on LinkedIn. That's what she does. She's called Marketing Mentress, and so she reached out and just kind of gave me some tidbits of my LinkedIn profile. And just by tweaking it a little bit, my views jumped up incredibly. So then I got this lady who reached out for her podcast. And then I had somebody else who is involved with LinkedIn reach out to me and say, can we help you grow your business and things like that? So I'm just kind of looking at that. So yeah, it's been a good week of increasing engagement. So
great. That's awesome. And all this through social media, through connecting and all that. So that's really great. Lyne Marie?
Hi everyone, my name is Lyne Marie Germain. I'm the CEO of LMG Coach en Communication, and my win this week would be that I have an old client that have a big position, and she needed to be guided in her communication. So she came to me. So it's a new mandate with an old client. So I love that because we can continue to progress together. And also, my organization chart, I continue to work on it, and I begin really to feel it, and it changed the way I'm talking to my partners. I really stand in this place where, because like Jennifer said, it's easy to be overwhelmed by what we have to do. But when you have this organization chart, you're kind of, it's clarified that you're on charge, and then you have to talk to people, to partners around you, and it makes it easier to have things done because you can delegate, and you have an overview all the time about all your activities. So those are my wins for this week.
That sounds great. A lot of these things are related to some of the tools and things that we've shared, I think, amongst ourselves too. And it's really awesome to hear continuity from what we've been learning. So I just wanted to check something here. Imie, would you like to share your wins or experience from the week?
Sure. First of all, I'm so excited that that Lyne Marie said she is the CEO. So this is this is awesome. Well done. My name is Imie, and I help women get good at selling without being salesy. So I offer coaching, one-on-one coaching, and training and online courses. So my win this week, besides hearing all the things that's happening with us and our progress, I'm really having, I'm so happy to hear all our progress. We're moving in the right direction, especially Carla. Oh my gosh, that's really good. We are really becoming influencer, and this is awesome. And that my win, it ties into that as well. As you know, I had an interview from another person, online interview. So I'm looking at expanding it by actually accepting some more interviews. So I'm probably have more in October. So we should all do that. But the biggest win that I had was I had a client. I booked a client from Iceland this yesterday, and
wow,
yeah, besides the fact that the person is all the way somewhere that I don't even know, I have no geographical reality in where Iceland is. The biggest win is that the person came from nowhere, not really nowhere, but from a business page that I opened long time ago about selling a specific book that I was selling, and the person came from there. So my win is that sometimes realizing that sometimes whatever we put out there comes back to us online and in the internet wise, and we can't really underestimate the power of the internet. Sometimes we forget, and the fact remains that when we are online, we are leaving footprints, and those footprints can be found by anybody, anytime.
So it's good thing you leave good footprint.
exactly.
And not bad footprint.
That's what I was thinking too. Like there's the whole ecology of the internet, something we will be discussing at some point, because you can leave negative. You can also leave negative even for the environment, actually, with, how the way we use the internet. I love that, Imie. Were you finished? Did you want to add something?
Yeah, I'm done. So that's
Okay.
yes,
That's
it was a
great.
content that was content that came back to me. So
I
Yeah.
love that how you said whatever we put out there on the internet comes back to us, and it really ties in with what I think everybody shared today in a way. I mean, everybody actually. I think all the shares in a way were related to what we put out there comes back to us, former customers, everything, clients, and everything. So I can share as well. I'm Charlotte Habegger. I am a connector and a multi-entrepreneur. I connect women, mostly heart-centered women, so that they learn collaboratively and grow their businesses together. And this week, so I've been nominated an international ambassador for the HeartLink.
Oh,
I'm very excited about, but it didn't really mean.
congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
It
Yeah.
didn't really mean much until I did something with it, right? Like it was I've been discussing with the director and the president and all that, and so I wanted to contribute. And so my role is to help new HeartLink leaders, guide them, and share how our group is, how it's dynamic, our networking group for heart-centered women. And so this week there's a woman from here in near Quebec in Lévis, was going to start a chapter in Rive Sud, so in the South Shore of Quebec. And there's also, I'm supposed to answer a woman from Western Australia who wants to start a chapter. So I didn't expect to start so far, you know, but I'll be guiding them. And I'm really excited because I can invite them to the calls, right? So
Yeah.
I'm excited about, and just for me, it's also fun. I really enjoy this kind
Awesome.
of heart-centered, it's directly heart-centered women. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah. So since we shared our wins, we could maybe talk about the topic of negotiation that we started off with our in-house communications coach, Lyne Marie. And I know Rena had something to start us off with. Would you like to share your thought that you wanted to share a little bit earlier?
Yeah, so sorry. So I got stranger customers who I don't know personally because of that group that I'm in, and there was an incident on that group that there were buyers who were canceling orders the last minute, or the sellers are getting blocked at the time of delivery. So I thought I will put that sorry, I will put that deposit policy. So yesterday, one of the customer asked me. So after I posted the food that I'll be cooking this Saturday, all of a sudden she messaged me and asked me a totally different menu. Can you please do this for me this Saturday? So I said sure, even if I've never done it before. I know I can do it because it's something related to what I do. And then as soon as I mentioned that, by the way, I require a deposit, and all of a sudden she went ballistic. she said, if you don't trust your customer, then we shouldn't do this transaction, basically. And it's the same way. You don't know me, and I don't know you, so it's in the same way. But so I started telling her, well, there was a conversation in the group of this incidents, and that's the reason why I'm putting this policy on place. Said, and if you're doing a big business, anyways, there's usually a deposit. That's what I said, and it's nothing personal. It's just how business works. That's what I told her. So she said, understand.
Wow.
I understand. Yeah, but she just went, as soon as she heard, she said, I'm just not used to it, this deposit word, because I also ordered from someone and she never asked me that. So I'm thinking, well, that is her policy. But I didn't say that to her, but I just said to her, this is like a business policy. And I also mentioned, and I also do catering, and I usually require deposit even to the people that I know. That's what I told her. So yeah, so it was it was an interesting negotiation.
You did it. That's really something.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow. Wow. So
Yeah,
what did you,
yeah.
go ahead.
What's great is you didn't panic. You didn't change your mind. You stayed solid and you talked business. So this is a great thing because it's not personal.
Yep,
It's not about trust or, it's about business. It's the way I'm doing business, and it's the way it is.
Yep.
And then you were quiet in front of the emotion that your soon-to-be client was showing. So good for you, because it's a thing in negotiation. You have to stay calm,
Yeah.
because
Oh.
when the people going there and then you going there with them, it will go higher and higher, and it will be bad for each of you. So good job, Rena.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you. I had to make her understand that it's nothing personal. That's why I mentioned to her that it's nothing personal. And
Yeah, that's good. If you want to do business with me, that's the way you will do it.
Yep.
And then it's great, because this is really the way of doing things without being stressed, without being going, around with people that you should not be in business with.
Yeah. Because for me, if she's really interested, she should.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be a problem, right?
that's
It shouldn't be a
simple. You
problem.
will pay it on Sunday. I'm just asking you
Yep.
a part of it, so I can begin and I can be, I can work for you.
Yeah.
Great job.
Awesome. That is.
Thank you.
Awesome. Anyone else want to add to this, to what Rena's saying, or to the conversation about negotiation?
I'm getting that book, Lyne Marie, that you mentioned. I'm absolutely getting that book.
Yeah, it is very interesting to see, because you can, the book is Never Split the Difference, because it's not about making a compromise. It's about being able to see what's in front of me and what is the need that the person in front of me. Like Rena said, she discovered that it was about, whoa, you don't trust me, it's about trust. And then she didn't went there, and she calmed it by saying, oh, it's not about trust, it's just a business, it's just a business rule. So it's not about you, it's not about if I know you or if I trust you. So she addressed the fear or the way that the person was taking what she was asking. So and in this book you will see that when lives are on the line, you need to be very effective about it, about knowing what is it that the other person wants. So great.
There's no time for blurriness, there's no time for flu. It's like as soon as you're in the moment, you have to immediately, you become aware, you listen, and you just you decide, what is my reaction going to, always stay in that reaction too. Like you said, you don't want to elevate, you just stay right where you are. Right.
Yeah, you want to stay calm. In the book he said you have to keep your FM voice.
I like that, the radio voice. Yeah, that's a good
the radio voice of
Right.
11 in the night, those kind of voices.
That's really cool.
I just want to add something. Because of this incident, I want to do a social experiment now.
Okay.
Yeah, so my next customer, but then again, I'm not ignoring my intuition, my instinct though. So now my social experiment is, I want to see how people do the transaction without a deposit. So this is now, but I'm not doing it to everyone. I'm just doing like, I have like two right now. I have like two customers that I'm doing it. But during that conversation though, my instinct says this person is serious. right?
Mhm.
Because they're already giving me information about them and all those things. So, and then I also went to and look on their profile and it's like, okay, this person looks decent, kind of thing.
Mhm.
And they're also ordering the menu that I posted. So one reason why I question the other ones, like, why is this person asking me to do something that is not even on my posting?
Mhm.
So that, I think that's one reason why I started. It's like, okay, I have to stand on my ground and say
There,
50% deposit.
there were too many unknowns in a way for you there to see. But what I like about what you're saying, if I understand well, is one thing Lyne Marie was saying, to know our upper and our lower limits. And I know sometimes when I want to set something new like this, you know, you want to gain confidence. For myself, something I do is I dip my toes in first. I know some people dive in, and I might seem like a kind of person that dives in, but I'm not. I do things like I try a little bit, and it's okay, I think, to do it that way. We can do it quicker and more effectively if we want to jump in. But, you know, trying it out, seeing if the limit works, trying it on to see if it fits, I think that's fine. I don't know if that's exactly what you're saying, but that's what I'm getting, and that's what I do. And I think there's no bad or good way to do this, as long as we're, you know, moving forward towards the confidence with our limits,
Progress.
and that it works. You know, we don't
Yeah.
want to be losing money or time or energy either.
No, and there's always exception. And I lose a lot of money at the beginning of my business because I was so trusty. And believe me, there's people seems very trust.
Exactly.
I don't know what's the word, but
Yeah.
Trustworthy.
They seem decent, like she said.
trustworthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not that they're not, it's that they can see if you are solid or not, and they play with it.
Absolutely.
That's true. Yes. Love to hear from Carla as well before the end of the call. I'm sure you have some thoughts here for us.
Yes, some people, when they, I think, come on as customers, I think they are testing the grounds of where your boundaries are. And so if you have a set policy or a set grounding, I think then you'll be fine, because then, no, this is how it's going to be. This is how I'm doing business. And it's okay to get guidance, but I think a lot of customers like to kind of test that boundary, see if they can get away with something, or, you know, get it for free or whichever. So yeah, no, I was actually proud of what Rena had said, that I mean, that can be really tough. And I'm guilty of that too. It's like, you know, they say, oh, it's that program is way too much. And I'm like, okay, well, have it for this much. No, you have to stand your ground.
Right.
And say, this is what I'm worth. This is what I'm going to be charging. And it's not about trust. It's not about personal vendetta against you. This is my policy. And so, yeah, no, that was really good. That was kind of a good, even growth for me. Is like, okay, you know what, this actually can be done, that you stand your ground. And if she really wants to do business with you, she's going to understand that no matter where you go, there's going to be some type of deposit, or even, I mean, I was just part of a women's magazine for business. There's a deposit on that before I even get started. So, you know, that's just kind of the way it is with a lot of companies. So.
And the deposit is something that creates engagement for the customer, because they think twice when they have a deposit before they annul them.
Yeah, because if you end up lowering the price of your service or product, it actually devalues what you want to give out. So, you know, I think making a deposit on something, I think I'm even going to do that for my own programs. Have a deposit on it. You want to do payments? Great. But have a deposit on that, because it really makes it, wow, this is an important service or product.
Yes, and this is a whole subject that what is it that I'm worth it?
Right.
This is a big subject too.
Definitely.
When you are in business and you're doing your own program.
Yes.
I'm actually taking a lot with that.
I'm actually taking notes, and because that's something that we could discuss perhaps next week. And I think it's related to negotiations. So you'd probably have a lot to to tell us about that value and setting prices. And I'm sure that's something we could talk about in all of our fields.